The plasma bolt screamed through the air with lethal precision, aimed directly at Princess Maheen's crystalline chest. In that split second, Adam Chen didn't think, he simply moved. The human exchange student threw himself between the assassin's weapon and the Zephyrian princess, his body absorbing the superheated energy meant for her. Pain unlike anything he'd ever experienced tore through his left shoulder, as the blast sent him crashing into the ornate walls of the Celestial Academy's main courtyard. Through his blurred vision, he saw Maheen's forearms reaching for him, her iridescent skin shifting from its usual silver to deep purple, the Zephyrian color of distress. Adam. Her melodic voice carried harmonics impossible for human vocal cords to produce. Why would you could have been killed. Before Adam could respond, security drones swarmed the courtyard, their weapons trained on the fleeing assassin. The would-be killer, a member of the extremist faction that opposed Zephyr's alliance with Earth, vanished into the crowded spaceport beyond the Academy walls. Adam tried to sit up, wincing as medical nanobots automatically deployed from his Academy uniform, beginning emergency treatment on his shoulder. "Are you hurt?" he asked, his voice strained. Maheen's large, opalescent eyes, each the size of a human fist, widened in what Adam had learned was amazement. "You're asking if I'm hurt? You just took a plasma bolt for me." "Well, yeah." Adam managed a weak smile. "That's what friends do, right?" 3 hours later, Adam found himself in the most uncomfortable situation of his young life, sitting across from Emperor Zix Thara, ruler of the Zephyrian Empire, and Maheen's father. The Emperor's massive form, nearly 9 feet tall with 6 arms and skin that rippled like liquid mercury, dominated the medical bay's private chamber. "Tell me, young human," the Emperor's voice resonated with the power of someone who commanded 1,000 star systems. "What possessed you to throw yourself in front of a plasma weapon?" Adam shifted uncomfortably in his healing pod, very aware that his answer could affect Earth's diplomatic relationship with one of the galaxy's most powerful civilizations. "Your Majesty, I didn't really think about it. Maheen is my friend and she was in danger." The Emperor's 6 eyes studied Adam with an intensity that made the young human feel like a microbe under a microscope. "Friend," he repeated slowly. "Is that what you call someone for whom you would die?" Adam paused, considering. In the 6 months since he'd arrived at the Celestial Academy as part of Earth's cultural exchange program, Maheen had been his constant companion. She'd helped him navigate the complex social hierarchies of an intergalactic student body, taught him to appreciate Andromedan poetry, and shared her people's fascinating philosophy about the interconnectedness of all consciousness. "Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'd call her." Something shifted in the Emperor's expression. The intimidating ruler's posture relaxed slightly, and when he spoke again, his voice carried a note of wonder. "In 3,000 years of Zephyrian civilization," the Emperor said, "we have developed sophisticated concepts of honor, duty, and familial obligation. Yet never have I witnessed someone risk their life so instinctively for another being not of their own species, with no expectation of reward or recognition." Maheen, who had been silent until now, stepped forward. "Father Adam saved my life without hesitation. The blast would have shattered my crystalline heart core." The Emperor rose to his full imposing height and began to pace, his metallic skin shifting through a spectrum of colors that Adam had learned indicated deep thought among Zephyrians. "Do you know, Adam of Earth," the Emperor continued, "that in our culture, one who saves a royal family member's life is considered to have formed a Kethmaran, a soul bond that transcends mere friendship?" Adam blinked. No, sir. I didn't know that." Furthermore, the Emperor's voice took on a formal tone that filled the room with ceremonial weight. "Such a person is traditionally offered a place within the royal family itself." The healing pod's monitoring systems began beeping frantically as Adam's heart rate spiked. "I'm sorry, what now?" Maheen moved closer, her 4 hands clasped in what Adam recognized as excitement. "Adam, my father is offering to adopt you as his son. You would become a prince of the Zephyrian Empire." The young human felt as though he were still reeling from the plasma blast. "But I'm just a kid from Chicago. I'm here on a student visa. I don't know anything about being a prince." Emperor Zixathera's laughter was like the sound of crystal chimes in a gentle breeze. "My boy, you have already demonstrated the most important quality of true royalty, the willingness to sacrifice everything for those you care about. Everything else can be learned." Adam looked from the Emperor to Maheen, whose skin had shifted to a warm golden hue, the color of joy among her people. What about Earth? What about my family? Earth would gain a voice in the Galactic Council through your position, the Emperor explained. Your family would be honored guests of the Empire whenever they wished to visit. And you, Adam Chen of Earth, would bridge two worlds in a way that no treaty or diplomatic accord ever could. As the implications of the offer sank in, Adam realized that his impulsive act of bravery had changed not just his life, but potentially the course of human-alien relations throughout the galaxy. He thought of his parents back home, who had been so proud when he'd been selected for the exchange program. They'd wanted him to make a difference in the universe. He was pretty sure this qualified. One condition, Adam said, surprising himself with his boldness. The Emperor raised one eyebrow, a gesture he'd apparently learned from studying human behavior. Yes? Maheen has to help me learn how to be a proper Zephyrian prince. I'm going to need all the help I can get. Princess Maheen's skin blazed with golden light as she laughed, a sound like music from a distant star. Brother, she said, testing the word in standard galactic. I think you're going to fit in just perfectly. As Adam looked around at his new family, an alien emperor who had just adopted him and a crystalline princess who had become his sister. Through an act of instinctive courage, he couldn't help but smile. Sometimes the universe had a funny way of rewarding those who simply did the right thing, even if you were just a human boy from Chicago.